Hi everybody. I'm actually trying something new. This is an idea that came from Dave and Mary almost a year ago, maybe even more than that. And this is my first attempt at it. What I'm going to do is create a short video for you, and the intention is that I will do this once a month. And what I'm basically going to do is take some highlights. I keep looking down at my cheat sheet. I'm going to take some highlights from our board meetings, kind of the highlights of the agency, the major things that are happening, and do a quick video to summarize them and send them out to you. So I look forward to your feedback, and if you say, it's too much detail, you can go faster, or we'd love to hear more about this, or this, please let me know. So the first thing I'd like to tell you about is our really exciting fundraiser that's coming up. It's June 11th, 12th, and 13th. It's called Resorts in Bloom. And this is actually an event that brings together River to Coast Children's Services and West County Health Centers and West County Community Services. And the three agencies come together. We actually have, this year, we have 17 resorts that are participating. And we open up their gardens and showcase their properties, and people buy tickets. There's a one-day pass or a 3-day pass, and they get to go around and tour all these beautiful gardens. Some places will have some punch and cookies, others will have special exhibits or shows going on related to gardening. And I would love for any of you that are interested to come and be volunteers for the event. It's a great way to get to know West Sonoma County, to participate with the agency, and if you volunteer for a day, you get a free ticket to attend on another day. So I highly encourage you to come and bring your friends. It'll be a lot of fun. We have an exciting new thing happening. We thought we'd lost the funding that we needed to run a summer school program on the river, and at the very last minute, I was sitting in a meeting and just said to somebody, hey, I need $15,000, $18,000 to run a summer school program, and I don't have it, and I'm very frustrated by that fact. And she said, oh, well, I'll give it to you. So California Human Development has actually come through, and we get to run a summer school program. It'll be based in Guerneville for both Monterey and Guerneville kids this summer. We're very excited about that. If you want more information, you can talk to Mary Northey, who's responsible for our youth programs, or directly to Musette. Musette is the person who runs the Guerneville After School program normally, but she'll be running the summer program for us. Let's see, what else do we have going on this summer? For youth, we have the Summer Youth Ecology Corps happening again. We're going to be running 2 crews of youth, so 2 groups of kids that'll go out into our communities. They'll be doing river cleanup and paths and ecological work, essentially, but they'll get paid for it and get some general education, some life skills, and some other stuff that they need to be successful later in life. It's a great program. We ran it last year with two times as many crews and dollars, but we're happy to have anything this year. So we're very excited about that. And I think most of you have probably heard about this, but our Empowerment Center, the Empowerment Center is a program that we have that's based in Guerneville. And what the Empowerment Center does is it works with people with serious and persistent mental illness. It's a self-help, self-run, consumer-run center. And they have so many members, and they're doing so well, with over 100 members now, actually, that they're out of room. And so we have negotiated a lease, signed a lease, and are going to be moving back into the space that we used to be in as an agency in Guerneville. And the Empowerment Center is moving in there, as is our River Family Service Office. So the work that Vicki Halstead does out on the river is going to be moving back into the same door right next to the ATM in the Bank of America building where we used to be. And that's a pretty major change for everybody, but we're excited to be back in that space again. So the Empowerment Center folks are getting all excited. You'll see their wish list probably online and coming around. So if you have some extra paint sitting around or some supplies or an extra sofa you don't need, consider them. One of the things you might have heard about is we had an incredibly generous donor who passed away about a year ago now, Mr. Ron McCormick. And Mr. McCormick left us his home. And it's now officially ours. They've gone through the whole process of the will and probate and everything that had to happen. And we now own a house on the river. It's on almost an acre. It's a beautiful home with a dock, and it's a lovely location to have a home on the river. And so for right now, we're actually renting the home out because we weren't prepared to make the choice to sell it or figure out what we're going to do with it in the future. So for right now, we're renting it out. So we have a tenant moving in shortly, but that's it's an incredibly generous thing for Mr. McCormick to have done, and we're very grateful. Let's see, strategic plan. So many of you were around and had the opportunity to participate in our strategic planning process. And we went through together, we looked at the needs of the agency, the needs of the community, and we now have a official board-approved final draft, not even draft, final version of our strategic plan, as well as a tracking document that matches every plan goal. There's actually a sheet that we'll use to track our progress toward reaching every single one of those goals, so that it's not just sitting on a shelf, it's actually being used in our monthly at the leadership team level, and then reported up to the board quarterly. Anybody who's interested in getting a copy of those, it's a lot of paper and a lot of words, but if you're interested in reading it, having a copy of it, please let me know. I'd be happy to send that out to you. And one final thing for this executive director broadcast is thank you to those of you who participated in my recent performance evaluation. I'm very grateful for that contribution to me. We did something called a 360 evaluation, which basically means looking at myself full circle. So I review myself, the board reviews me, the leadership team reviews me, and staff review me. And we all look at the same criteria. And then I get to see, how different people in the organization, not by individual, I can't see what your responses were, but how different levels of staff are seeing my performance, how I'm coming across. So I'm very grateful for those of you that took the time to participate, and want you to know that I'm committed to getting better and better and better as we go along. And I welcome your feedback, your comments, and there were a couple areas that I had a few concerns about because the scores were a little bit lower than I'd like. And so Mary Northey will be coming around at some point during the next couple months and just maybe talking to a few different staff and saying, what could Katrina do better in these areas? So you still have the chance to have anonymous feedback, but I'd love to hear from you. I'd love that feedback, whether you're comfortable with me directly or through Mary. My goal professionally has always been to get better and better. So thank you for whatever contributions you have for that. Thank you all for your hard work. Thank you for listening. If you have questions, please feel free to send them to me or come in and talk to me. And have a wonderful month until I talk to you again.